here. Michelle Visage. Now, you brought in this game. It's called Watch Your Mouth. Now, it's the same. You've got it on right now because I can't. I'll let you talk in a minute, okay? But it's the same thing that Melissa McCarthy uses in the opening of the movie The Boss. It's like what a gynecologist might use between me down there. It's for the mouth,
right?
Where it actually shows all of your teeth.
A dentist.
Now, a dentist, right? Now, of course, obviously, you can't do B's or P's,
right?
Because your mouth is stretched wide open. So let me hear you recite the Pledge of Allegiance, or is there a spoken word that everybody knows that you could do? You want to do the Pledge of Allegiance?
I can do the Pledge of Allegiance.
Okay, do it.
Okay, I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, and to their flag, where it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible. That's hard one.
Yeah.
Indivisible. Liberty. And justice.
Yes.
Yes,
see, you got those T's. Very good.
Thank
Justice.
You. Justice.
And this is a game where they have a box of, you put this thing in your mouth and there's
This is the sexually explicit.
Oh, it's the sexually explicit one. And you have to say these.
Parental guidance.
Yeah, there are these cards. Here, this card. Try to say this
You know
card.
that one.
I know, but okay, we'll say one that I haven't seen.
Okay, ready?
Yeah.
Never.
Play.
Yes.
Never play. With.
A bungee.
A bungee. Fungi. Never play with.
Launchie.
Start with a P.
Launchie.
Raunchy.
Launchie.
Givenchy. Never play with a
horsey.
A horsey? Wait.
Horsey.
Never play with a. Is that the last word?
No.
What says do the
Okay,
never play with a blank
penis.
Never play with a hungry penis?
Horsey.
A drippy?
Horsey.
A hungry penis?
No.
And see, and now your mouth is dripping now. Now, tell me this. You can't act this out. You have to say it. It's not like charade.
You have to say it.
You have to say it. And
never play with a horsey penis.
Something penis. Never play with a something. A leaky penis?
No, horsey.
Raunchy.
No. Horsey.
Let me see the card. Yeah. A bumpy penis. Never play with a bumpy penis. Now, obviously, the cards are designed so that with B's and P's.
They shred your gums, by the way.
Yeah. And who makes this game? This is the not safe for work.
Yeah. This one's called Watch Your Mouth. There's one called Lulz. There's a bunch of them. This one's...
Oh, and they all have this device of the mouth thing.
Yeah.
Now, I can't read the name of the company here because I don't have my glasses on.
Let me see if I can. It says patent pending on the box. Like I said, there's a few of them.
And this is called Watch Your Mouth.
This is by Skylar Innovations.
Yeah. How'd you get it? Online?
On Amazon's.
Okay. I do love games. You know I love the games. And I do love...
Well, you only get 60 seconds to do it in the game.
Oh.
And the one who can figure out the most of what you're saying in a 60-second time, you have a partner. So if it was us versus a different partner, between us, whoever figures out the most sentences in the 60 seconds...
Well, see, the problem is if they were well-known phrases, that's a different thing. But I've never heard never play with a bumpy penis.
Well, somebody should have told you that.
But again, that's the reason that was difficult.
Right.
If they say what's a well-known phrase, come hell or high water, but there's no P.
Right, that's why they write them. So like this one.
Okay, you put it back in your mouth. Okay.
Lick.
Lick my love. Lick my love hole.
Hunk.
Lick my love.
Hunk.
Hunk. Because you can't say a P or is it a P or a P?
It's a he.
It's a P. Lick my love punk.
Hunk,
Punk.
Lick
Lick my love hump. You're saying punk. Punk.
Hunk.
You're hump. Pump.
Yes.
Lick my love pump.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
So you win. You won that one.
Well, that's the thing is.
But I was also doing the physicality, like pumping action.
Right. See, if it were pump up the jam or some.
Well, we can write our own.
Okay.
Maybe that would, like, if we have a party and we use this game, we write our own.
See, my thing with games is that, and this seems fun. It seems like a laugh.
This seems fucking
riot.
hilarious. Imagine doing this shit if you were drunk, and I don't even drink.
I like the charades where I don't like counting numbers. I don't like trying to get my piece around a board. I like something to where intellectually you have to use your intellectual DNA.
That's why I like Spotlight and games like that.
Spotlight, which is like 20 questions. And then, of course, password is, most people know I can use one word to get you to say another. If I say black, you say?
Cat.
No.
Dog.
I say
white.
If I say color and you say something.
Forms.
Okay. And I say black.
White.
Exactly. That's
it's
how
all
you play.
inflection.
Yeah. That's how you play password. And of course, taboo, which is so much fun.
I love taboo.
It's like password, but there are
But you can't say those words,
six words or 7 words that are taboo words that you can't say.
Right.
So if you
have to describe something without saying those words.
Exactly. So if I wanted to get you to say white, or what was it, black? Yeah.
Black or white, whatever.
I couldn't say, what, house, or I couldn't say
fence.
Things already associated with that word.
Ghost.
White ghost? Black ghost?
No, white ghost. You said white.
Okay.
Aren't ghosts usually white? Ooh.
Oh, okay. All right. In your neighborhood, perhaps.
Okay, that's not what I mean. I mean, we say Casper. Casper's white. He ain't wearing a black sheet. He's wearing a white sheet.
Casper is a mattress, honey.
He's also a friendly ghost.
He's a mattress. But I love the whole dirty charades thing. So, I mean, I'm not going to talk about it because you know how much everybody
know you love, but
everybody knows.
I also know you love to play games. Like on the radio back in the day, we used to play Spotlight, 20 questions, try to guess you who was coming on or coming in.
Do you remember when Cher, for my 40th birthday party,
do you remember you couldn't figure it out?
Couldn't figure it out.
We were on like 45 questions.
Yes, I couldn't figure it out.
I was giving you really good clues.
Well, you were, but why would I ever think that Cher would be calling in to a radio station for my birthday?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, but she did. And it was amazing.
It was amazing.
How come I always say this, we could say this out loud. It's like thinking, but these are people that should be on the show.
On this show.
On Drag Race.
Oh, on Drag Race.
This show too, but like Cher, Dolly, Liza.
Well, a lot of those people don't do television unless it's like big league television.
Yeah.
I'm saying
or like a big
league.
charity.
I'm saying big league like you know who.
Jerry Lewis Telethon. Just kidding.
Yeah, right. No, like Cher's like on The Voice, and Dolly does her own deal with NBC. She's got those series of TV movies that she's doing.
Yeah.
Coat of Many Colors.
Did that come out yet, Coat of Many Colors?
Oh, yes, it did. It was a huge success.
How was
and
it?
She had Coat of Many Christmas Colors, which was another hit.
Oh, I see they're themed.
They're themed to her songs.
They're on
That's the deal
Hallmark
she has.
Channel?
No, it's on NBC.
Are they really?
She has a deal with NBC.
Was Carrie Underwood in it?
She was not.
I'm just making shit up in my head, but it sounded good.
No, but it's kind of a real deal. But all these people will do television if it's on their own terms. But they haven't done our show.
That makes no sense to me, though.
No, well, you see,
I'm trying to put an intellect into it.
Well, your image of them is different from their image of themselves.
I know, but as a manager, let's say, I would think the first place, like a Dolly, a Liza, a Cher,
but
would belong.
Just between you and me and our audience.
Yeah.
You know how long it takes for us to film one episode of that show?
I do know.
And you know that those people sit on that set. How many hours? Realty that you would if Dolly was on there, how many hours would she have to sit on that panel to get that show filmed?
7 to 8.
7 to 8 hours.
Sitting.
And there's a lunch break.
Yeah, so in between that. So I'm saying if I get there at 6 and I'm usually or you get there
6 in the morning.
Yes.
You get there at 7.
I get there at 7, you get there at 6, right?
Mm-hmm.
We start filming at noon, 11:45, 11:30, somewhere around there.
Mm-hmm.
Then we break at 4 or 3 for lunch.
Yeah.
And then we go, in the beginning, we're there till 9 at night because we're so many girls.
Well, in the beginning of the season,
towards the end, it's much shorter.
Yes, much shorter.
So if we were smart, we'd tell Dolly, oh, why don't you come in the last 2 weeks?
Yeah.
Or somebody like that. Yes, because they are going to be sitting for 7 to 8 hours. But at the end of the season, it's more like 5 hours.
Let me explain that some more for people who may not get that. In the beginning of our season, we have 14 girls, 13 girls, 12 girls. So in terms of deliberation and getting through the questions of all the girls, it takes a lot longer.
Yes.
So towards the end of the season,
because even when you cut it in half, even if you cut 14 girls in half, it's still 7.
6. Yeah, right.
7 or 6.
6. So, towards the end of the season, we are deliberating with probably 4 girls. And
Correct.
it takes less time to deliberate.
Yes.
Now, a little inside tea, should we tell them sometime? We have in the past. Do we tell them that we sort of do a little trick photography sometime?
No,
we
do
shouldn't.
it. Well, it depends what it is there.
Well, certain people may have to go, certain judges,
yes.
superstar judges.
Have a hard out.
They have a hard out, amongst other things. And they have to leave early, So sometimes
it's rare.
It's rare.
But I think maybe in all the years since I've been there, it's only happened like 3 times.
Right. Where we will film there. I feel terrible saying this out loud.
Just know this.
Uh-huh.
We get every angle we need to get so they can leave early.
Right.
That's fair.
That's fair. They're there most of the time, but a lot of times they have a plane to catch.
Or a baby to take care of.
They got to fix dinner for their kids.
Yeah, that's how that goes.
And,
But it's very rare.
It is very rare.
Yeah.
It's very rare. Mostly.
So yes, when you commit to doing it, you commit to doing it. But I'll tell you, when Leah did it, she had no idea what she was in store for. I told her she's going to be there a long time. She's going to be sitting next to me to shut up.
Yeah.
When it was over, even though it was the longest shoot day I think she's had in 20 years, she said it was the most fun she's ever had on a show.
Wow.
So that's saying a lot.
Well, today we have a kid who's on our show, Meghan Trainor. Right, we can say that now because, we can say that now. Yeah.
Well, yeah, because
Meghan
she's on our show today.
On our show, and
so that would be nice.
I was a little mixed up with my timeline.
I know, I got you, baby. I got you.
But the sad thing is, they get to be on our show, but they sit up there for 8 hours, whatever.
And they get seen for 2 seconds.
It's like screen time it ends up being what? Like 5 minutes of screen time?
Yeah, because judges' deliberations are 15 minutes maybe at the most.
Yeah.
On a bigger episode, maybe 20, but not usually.
Yeah.
It's usually more like 15 minutes. And then usually that's the regular judges really going in.
Yeah.
Because the guest judges always want to be nice,
Right.
And we always want to show them in their best light.
I heard that the other night. I went to Kathleen and Jimmy's birthday party, and she had there. Lots of people were there. Jodie Foster and the woman from Friends. With the hair.
Which friend?
Jennifer Aniston.
Oh.
And then
because Lisa Kudrow had that long hair too in Friends.
Yeah, but the director of the Jennifer Aniston film Christmas Office Party was there, and he was saying that Kate McKinnon, who's also in that film, is a huge fan of the show. All they've talked about on set was Drag Race, and he said, "Well, you should be on the show." She says, "No, I can never go on and judge those people. They're so brilliant."
Everybody's afraid.
Everybody's afraid. It's like it's not about you're not judging them. You're actually giving them constructive criticism about what they did.
Yeah, see if y'all. I'll handle the rough stuff.
Yeah, no, that's Michelle's job.
Yeah,
killing dreams.
Yes, I'm a
is
dream
your
crusher.
Yes, that's your job. That is
so
your
true.
job. That is not Kate.
I told you what Jinx does, right?
What?
Jinx will go. She'll put her hand out like in a cup position in front of you. She'll go,
"Please, sir."
Yes. What's your dream? Put your dream in my hand.
Here it goes.
Oh, really? Bang, bang, bang. And she smashes like, "You're never going to get it. You suck. You're horrible." And that's what she calls Michelle Visage's dream crusher.
Well, we joke, but we know that's not really true.
Of course. But the point is for these guest judges that are listening, that love the show, love the podcast, that is not your job to critique them that way. You're going to come on as our guests. We love you.
Yeah.
And you love the queens as much as we do.
Cheerlead them.
Yes,
Cheerlead
that's
them.
it. And have fun.
Yes.
Really have fun. That's what it's about. And Kate McKinnon, God, I love that woman.
Oh, my goodness. Well, she got her start over at Logo,
Yes, she did on that sketch.
Was on the Big Gay Sketch Show.
She is just so good.
Hilarious. She won an Emmy. We were there. We were in the audience. That was the only time were we in the audience at the Emmys when she won her Emmy?
Were we?
I feel like I saw it because for those of you who don't, Michelle and I were there. We sat down for about 10 minutes for one commercial break or something.
Oh, the first one. I don't think, really?
No, not the first Emmys. Not the
No, the Emmys.
The Emmys.
No, we sat for one segment.
Commercial segment.
Yeah.
And I guess we saw it on TV then.
I think
we were in
saw
the
it
lobby.
on TV, yeah.
For people, this is Hollywood. We were in the lobby trying to get our next job.
Yeah, we were trying to sign up some papers.
We were hooking. We were trying to bring producers in bathrooms. And
whatever we got to do.
Signed.
I had knee pads under my gown.
That's right. That's what this was. And you don't have to apologize for that. That's what this town is.
Did you see me apologize?
You ain't apologize.
No, hell no.
These are not slave days.
No.
You cannot name me.
You cannot own me. I belong to who? Nobody.
Thank you. Mm-hmm. So, all right. So we've got Meghan Trainor on the show. We're going to take a break real quick. We'll be right back. Squarespace.com, baby. They are the ones. That's where you go to get your website made. Child, these children are living.
I have to tell you,
they
really are. And I get so excited when I Google something or I'm looking somebody up and I don't know them and I look at their website and it's like powered by Squarespace.
I love that.
I love that too.
And it's a great way to let people know who you are and what your business is about. Now, Squarespace has made it so easy to create a gorgeous website in minutes using their beautiful templates and simplistic drag and drop platform. When you're ready to purchase a plan, get 10% off with the offer code RU. That's squarespace.com, offer code RU. We are back now. If you guys have heard this little sort of gurgling sound in the background, I brought in this Muji thing. It's a vapor. It's not a vaporizer.
I think it's called an aromafier.
It's an aromafier.
Yeah.
I saw it at JFK on the way to LAX, and it smelled so good. And I checked it out, and I almost brought it on the plane with me, bought one. And I thought, no, the guy said, well, we do have one in L.A., the store, Muji, M-U-J-I.
Right.
So I decided to go by Hollywood Boulevard, where it is, over by the Grauman's Chinese Theater.
Where things go down, where the best things happen.
Yes, exactly.
On Hollywood Boulevard. We know that
Well, it's actually
true.
right next door to the my pop-up store.
Oh, sweet.
Yes, because I stopped by the pop-up store.
I didn't know you got no candles.
I got a couple of the candles. I almost brought you one in today, but I didn't want to spoil you because I brought this.
I didn't want to spoil you.
I brought this aromafier for you.
That's lovely. I'll buy a candle.
Yeah. Well, no.
You gonna sell them at DryCon?
Gonna sell them at DryCon.
Do they smell like the perfume?
They're different. They smell like orange ginger, but it's very subtle. It's not. I went in there to make when I had the candle made. I thought, I want to do a white linen because that's my favorite because it's not obnoxious.
Right.
You can live with it for hours and hours in the room and it doesn't become like, oh my God, please put that candle out, you know? But when I went to the candle maker, their white linen was...
What about the butcher and the baker?
We'll get to them in a minute.
Okay.
But their white linen was a little bit too
white?
Too white.
Now we get some black linen, then we can talk. Thank you.
It was too much. And so the guy
too overwhelming?
It was too overwhelming. So the guy said, well, this one here, this orange blossom is probably what you're looking for. And I smiled. I said, this is perfect.
Orange ginger.
Orange ginger.
Yeah.
Orange ginger. That's what I meant. Orange ginger.
That sounds delicious. When I like my candles, my obsession, and I buy them all year round, is pine scented. I like anything that smells like a pine evergreen tree. I love...
Like a musk, a sandalwood?
Sandalwood I like too, but I like pine.
Yeah.
Christmas tree, evergreen, anything like that. Yeah. That's what I love. But I've been on this kind of getting... citrusy too, like Jo Malone, how she has this citrus.
Oh yeah,
yeah. Those candles I love too, and that sounds kind of like what you're talking about.
You know what? It doesn't have a lot.
It's not overwhelmingly.
It's not
citrus.
overwhelming at all. It's a lovely, pleasant scent.
I love that,
and it comes in a gorgeous box.
The holder, the glass part.
Yes,
is beautiful.
It is beautiful.
Yeah.
I really enjoyed making that. So those are going to be at DragCon very soon, which is coming up April 29th.
And where can they get them now? Can they get them online
or
at the Sweet Store?
They can get them at the Sweet Store. In fact, the Sweet Store ships internationally around the world. That's what internationally means.
Yes, thank you. Around the world.
Yeah.
Redundant. This song is redundant. Sorry. That's from Forbidden Broadway. Ships ships internationally around the world. Yes.
And they're beautiful. They're a great gift for anyone. This has turned into a little commercial.
Why not? This is your podcast.
Well, you want to do the soft sell.
We can go to michellevisage.com for all my merch.
Yes. And what are you doing this year at DragCon?
For DragCon, I'm so excited. So I got
You were talking about some pajama bottoms or something?
That's the idea. That's my thought. So I should ask the kids out there.
Are there pajama tops also?
No, just the bottoms, because everybody, the newest thing is the kids wearing the pajamas to school.
Right.
So I have a new tank. It's a yellow tank. You'll love it because it's very colorful. A yellow tank that has like the Rosie the Riveter shot.
Oh,
that I
love that. Is that guy, JBJ?
Yes. It's Michael D'Amata.
Oh, yeah, Michael D'Amata,
right.
Yes.
He did that one. I'm going to put that on a bright yellow, sunshine yellow tank. And then there's a purple one that I've got on a dark purple tee. So those are different, just to take away from black and white and traditional.
Sure.
And then I'm thinking of doing like a flannel pajama pant. And here's the real tea. I go to Mammoth. Lola buys a pair of pajama pants. That's what the kids like now. That say Mammoth. I washed them and they washed up so well and so soft. I was like, oh my God, the quality of these is amazing. They were not expensive. I called the guy at the store and I said, you might not remember me. I was chatting with you a minute. He's like, I don't remember you, but what? And I said, who's your wholesaler? Because he had racks of them.
Of the same brand.
He told me the reseller, the wholesaler. And I looked them up and I want to get some made. My only conundrum what do I want written down the leg?
Listen, I'm going to tell you. Listen, when
Pussy power?
No, when you are selling something like that and it's personality driven, you got to put Visage.
Just write Visage?
You put Visage.
Okay.
That's the best. And I would buy those. If it said Visage, I would buy those. You might even invest in some type of a logo like the V, turning it the V. But I'm never a big fan of writing downward.
Well, it's a leg though. Where's it going to be?
You could put the logo on right above the knee. Nobody does that. You could put.
Why would you want to put a logo on the knee?
Well, because you want people to know these are Gloria Vanderbilt jeans.
True. You could put it on the booty and write Visage on the booty.
Yeah. You could do that. That
could be cute,
for
right?
Pink, for Juicy.
Yeah,
that worked for them.
That's true.
But but when someone's going to DragCon and they want some merch, they want other people to know what it is. That's why you have all those G's on the Gucci stuff.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, bitch, she's pumped. This bitch is pumping Gucci.
Right.
This
bitch is pumping Visage pants.
This bitch is pumping some Visage pants.
That's it.
She had on a pair of $30 boots and
and a $30 pants. Yeah, no, they're really soft and really comfy. And I thought, this is something that none of the girls have done
Right.
yet.
I don't know if anybody has done that.
And I just feel like it's something like when I go home from every single day, no matter what, whether I'm filming or whether I'm auditioning, whether I'm working, whatever, when I go home, the first thing I do is kick the shoes off and get into my pajama pants.
Now, a lot of people know this about me, but when we're filming Drag Race and we're behind the panel, I have on my pajamas. I have the tops on and then the pajamas on.
Well, guess what you're going to have on this season?
I'm going to have them Visage.
Season 10, you have the Visage pants on.
But you put on your pajamas behind the panel too, is that right?
I don't. I stay in drag the whole time. The only thing I take off are my shoes.
Right.
So I stay for the first half, then we go on lunch and come back.
Yeah.
I switch into like a deer, just a slipper.
Yeah, right.
A deer form slipper,
Oh,
my God, Lola, Rue, I have them bookmarked. So they look like.
Oh, those are the
ones that I'm ordering.
But see, now those are flannel. Those got to have
Those
a
are
plaid
flannel.
tartan story.
But there's all different, like you can buy a few different colors of the tartan.
But you're going to do solids, right?
No.
You're going to do tartans.
like there's all different color patterns.
Well, how's your logo going to show up on a tartan?
In white, it shows up. Or you can do it. It shows up.
Right.
Like I said, Lola's got it. There's red with black polka dot. There's black with white polka dot. There's checkers. But, I think when you think of flannel pajamas, you think of a tartan. You think of a plaid. That's what I think. So I like the idea. Lola has them in the first color, the navy blue.
Yeah.
With the plaid, and it says Mammoth in white, and it looks so cute.
In big college letters.
Big letters.
The college letters.
Correct.
Right.
Like a
yeah.
solid, bold font.
Right.
Nothing fancy.
Yeah.
Visage.
I love some merch, and it's going to be around. Can they turn it around? Well, I'm doing the candle. Yeah. I'm doing all my greatest hits. All the T-shirts and the plates and all the stuff. My fragrance is still available. I'm
Glamazon.
Yeah, all of it. But the new things are I've been wanting to do a candle for years, but I finally found the right manufacturer and all.
It's not easy. I'm dying to do a fragrance, so maybe maybe next year's DragCon, I'll be able to get that set up for that.
Right.
I'm so hell-bent on doing a fragrance the way that I wear my fragrances, which is about 2 or 3 mixed together.
Yeah.
So I'm going to have to go there and do every step of the thing.
Do you ever see Barbra Streisand in the main event?
Of course.
She plays a character they call her the Nose because she is the expert perfumier. Am I saying it right?
Yes, she's so gorgeous in that movie.
Oh, I love it. She's the most gorgeous in What's Up Doc. I mean,
agreed.
We've had this argument
agreed.
before.
But she's still gorgeous with that tight perm in the main event.
Yeah, yeah. Do you remember what the tagline for that movie was?
No.
A glove story. Oh, because
Shut up.
what happens is her business manager runs out with her money.
Was the song from that movie?
Uh-huh.
Okay.
The main event.
The main event.
And the character's businessman runs out with
disco,
her money.
wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the only thing of her assets that she still owns it's like Schitt's Creek, is this boxer.
Yes.
This washed up boxer.
Who was good for nothing.
Played by Ryan O'Neal. And of course,
Sexy.
They fall in love.
Yes, as one does.
Yes. And in the end, do you remember what she does? He's about to...
Please remind me. It's been, 30 years?
Well, I don't know if he's about to get killed in the ring or
or he's going down.
Or if he wins. If he wins, he will have to go off and leave her or go do something.
Uh-huh.
So she throws in the towel.
Oh, right.
Yeah, and
right.
I think when she does it, she throws the towel in the ring and it's in slow motion, and that's when the music goes, extra, extra, I'm in love.
It's been so long since I heard that song.
But for those of you who don't know, that's the intro to the main event, the disco song. And of course, once it hits the mat, the towel, it goes, dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 the main event.
The main event. It's really high.
Did you see her last movie, The Guilt Trip, with Seth Rogen?
Oh, no.
She's actually really good. She looks good.
Barbara is good.
You would think, though, that after all these years, she may have lost her touch or she doesn't have the magic anymore. Guess what?
She has the magic.
It's still
Listen,
there.
even her voice, I didn't go see the concert. I watched a lot of it online. Her voice is definitely thinner. And
is it?
Yeah, it's definitely thinner. She never had a belt anyway. Barbara had her own strength, but it wasn't like Ethel Merman.
Yeah.
But her voice is thinned out, but she can still. She has lowered a few songs, but she still has it. She still can kill it.
Do not name a Broadway song, but what is your favorite Barbra Streisand song? Not Broadway.
That's not fair.
It's not fair, but life isn't fair, Michelle.
I Love Enough is Enough.
Uh-huh.
I love You Don't Bring Me Flowers. I'm such a dork for loving that song, but I love it. Memories.
Okay.
Evergreen.
The Way We Were, yeah.
Yeah. What am I missing? What's yours?
Oh, mine are...
Those are all... You should be proud of me. None of those
are Broadway songs. I love Songbird.
Oh, my God.
I love that song. I love Prisoner, the theme from Eyes of Laura Mars.
Yes.
And...
you always like the weird ones.
Of course. I love every track
I am a woman
on Guilty,
I
honey.
know you're going to say that. I could do anything.
Oh,
yes.
It is brilliant. Of course, produced by the Bee Gees. Beyond. It's her most successful album. It's Beyond.
Is Guilty her most successful album?
Yes, it is. Unfortunately,
even more than A Star Is Born, or?
Oh yeah. Unfortunately, it's the sequel is not very good. The sequel, which is called Guilty Pleasures.
Just the name. It's
but
Papa, Can You Hear Me was amazing too from Yentl.
Yeah. So Songbird, everything from Guilty, Eyes of Laura Mars.
So I can't
Prisoner.
say Funny Girl, obviously.
No. What
about from Wet? No More Tears was on Wet.
No, she did. I think she did Memories from Cats on that.
On Wet?
No, that's not right. I don't remember.
I was talking about Memories Like the Corners of my... Is that Evergreen?
That's the Way We Were. Yeah. But I'm trying to think of some other pop things that she did that I absolutely love. Oh,
with Celine.
I love that song.
Yeah, me too.
I love that song.
Who is that? Is that David Foster? Is that?
It's David Foster and his then wife.
Yolanda.
No. It's Jenner's.
Linda Thompson.
Yeah. Who, by the way,
gorgeous,
was Miss Tennessee.
Who
then she dated.
Elvis.
From
Yes.
Elvis. She was from Elvis. She dated Bruce Jenner, married Bruce Jenner.
Yes, had children.
Yep. Then went on to marry David Foster.
But they're divorced.
Yes. Yeah.
All I ask of you.
Yeah, I mean, I like the soppy ones, but I give me a little bit more pop.
Happy Days Are Here again with Judy.
That was amazing.
I don't know if there's anything that could ever.
That was
top
really
that.
amazing. Yeah. Hey, we're going to take a quick break, but we've got Meghan Trainor on
Yay!
the show today, so we'll be right back after this. You want to talk about a better way to cook, Michelle?
Always.
That would be Blue Apron. So delicious, so fresh, and they've made it so easy. They've taken the guesswork out of having fresh, delicious food delivered to your house.
Yes, they do. And the fun thing is, for the first time ever, I've had my kids for 14 and 16 years. They've never gone, Mommy, can I help you cook? That was a horrible impersonation of my daughters. But now they actually ask, what's for dinner? Can I help? And the funny thing is, I think they're asking, can they help? Because they don't have to prepare anything.
Right.
Because it's all prepared.
Yeah.
Blue Apron does all the work. The only thing you have to do is heat up your skillet, put the ingredients in, and actually do the physical cooking.
Wow.
So it's all measured out. It's really fantastic. Not all ingredients are created equal. Fresh, high quality ingredients taste better and they're better for you. So it's important to know where your food comes from. Blue Apron does all the work. And this is the best part. If I'm talking to people that are on a budget, like I am, less than $10 a meal.
Oh my goodness.
That's amazing, because you're never going to find that in the restaurant.
No.
And even if you go to a grocery store and you buy, higher end organic produce, whatever, it's never going to be less than $10 a meal.
That's right. And when you factor in gas and parking and
All
the time
that.
it takes, this is a bargain.
And here's the cool thing with Blue Apron. New recipes are created weekly. They're not repeated within a year. You can choose your meals from a variety of recipes or let Blue Apron's culinary team surprise you, which is fun. But me being neurotic and have to be in control, I go in and I go, oh, my kids won't eat this coming up. I'm going to switch it out for this. You can customize your recipes each week based on what you like, what your preferences are. Choose delivery options that fit your needs. If you want to skip a week, if you're going away, skip 2 weeks, skip 3 weeks.
That's perfect.
It's perfect. Whatever you want to do is what you pay for. And each meal comes with a step-by-step, really easy to follow recipe card. So if you like it and you want to make it on your own, you can do that too. So check out this week's menu. Get your first 3 meals free. Yes, 3 whole meals free with free shipping. That is so important, you guys. Free shipping. Go to blueapron.com/Ru. That's blueapron.com/Ru. And it's Blue Apron, a better way to cook.
Did you ever see Buyer and Seller, that play
No.
about Barbra Streisand?
No.
It's a
Buyer seller.
Buyer Seller.
What's his face? Was Michael Urie was doing it.
I saw it with Michael.
Somebody
Urie
did it
in New
here
York.
too.
Yeah.
I want to say redhead from Modern Family, Jesse Tyler Ferguson.
Huh.
I think was doing it. Let me look.
Huh. Well, it's a sort of it's an imaginary play. Like, it's not. How do you say that? It's based on some. First of all, in one of Barbara's books, she talks about the basement of one of the houses.
In her style books, guys.
In her style book.
The legendary.
Yeah. Oh,
Bless you.
Me. Where she has a mall. She has a store, an old shop.
Yeah. A mall.
A mall.
Yeah.
In the bottom basement in the cellar of her house.
Yes.
And that this person, I can't remember. I met the guy.
But is it true?
No, she has a store.
The mall is true.
Yes.
Okay.
It's not a mall. It's
just
a
a store. Okay.
Where this guy, this imagination of this play, works down there, and he works down there by himself, and it's a one-man show. It's called Buyer and Seller.
Buyer and Seller, yeah.
Brilliant.
And who wrote it?
I can't remember his name. He starts with Tom Campbell.
Jonathan Tollins.
Yes.
Or Tollins. Am I saying it right?
I think so.
Yeah.
I got to meet him, but I don't remember names. All that stuff.
Yeah,
but it was
I know.
brilliant.
Yeah, I can only imagine.
Anyway, but Barbara's one of those people who's just, I've never wanted to meet her.
That's one I've always loved her and looked up to her because I grew up in a Jewish household. So Barbara was God to my parents and Neil Diamond, right? My parents had seen her a million times. I grew up listening to that voice, which is like no other. But I never put her in the idolatry. Like, she was never up there with Sheeta for me or Bernadette. In a different way, like Liza. I've always loved Liza.
Oh my God,
like obsessed.
Yeah,
but it wasn't like the Madonna category. Maybe because it was a different age group for me.
Huh.
Maybe because they were like so much older when I was young that I didn't look at them like that. So for me, I'd love to interview them. I wouldn't get nervous the way I would with Madonna, which is pretty much the only one.
To break through Barbra, how good of an interview could you get with her?
I don't know. That's what I mean. I feel like the way we interview people and the way we talk to people is much different than anything they've ever experienced. So I think a lot of people might come in here closed off. And then by the time they leave, they go, oh my God, that was so much fun.
Yeah.
I never expected it to be that easy.
Yeah.
I interviewed on my radio show in New York, Tony Geary from General Hospital, who never, ever did interviews for obvious reasons. But with that said, he did my show and he left going, I can't tell you what a joy that was. I hate doing these. And he was amazing.
Yeah.
I mean, it helped since I watched General Hospital since the age of fetus.
I'm sure that helped.
It was great.
I don't like doing interviews. I don't
That's
like
what I mean.
the feeling
Some people hate them.
of defending my life, of having to make explain why I made the choices that I make. Sometimes the choices just make themselves. So I don't want to have to justify
I don't think the way showbiz works, for the most part, artistically, for you, for me, for people that actually were looking for a creative outlet versus fame. I think that this business chooses them. You don't choose it.
Right.
The people that are wanting to just be famous for the sake of being famous is different.
Yeah.
But
do you get letters from people who's saying, can you help me out with my modeling career?
Me?
Uh-huh.
Why would they ask me? I'm 5'4", and
I think, why would they ask me?
Because you're supermodel of the world.
Yeah, but it's funny because I get letters like this all the time.
I get the letters of, I hate my life, please help me. And as the mother, I do whatever I can to help.
What do you say to them?
I one-on-one reach out to the majority of them if I get them directly. I've offered to talk to parents. I do what I can as an ally to help people find shelters, help people not be put in danger.
I've seen you do that on social media.
Yeah, it's just, like I said, it's just what we all would do. But I don't have any help. Like, I can't help you I get a lot of, I have a great vehicle for you to star in. Here it is. I think it'd be great for Logo.
Uh-huh.
I'm sure it'd be great for Logo, but Logo, they're not going to listen to me. I'm going to walk in with the show and say, have your next masterpiece. You know how many people do that to them? I'm not the one to go to.
I have your next baby weight.
That's it. It's right here. It's not, I'm not the one to help. I mean, I appreciate it. I'd love to star in any vehicle.
Yeah.
Write it. I'll be in it,
Baby Weight is a show that they did for one season that I think it replaced Drag You, didn't it?
Here's your next Felt.
Was that a show they did?
That was the one with the puppets.
Oh, right. Right.
So,
Yeah. Well, I get letters from aspiring models.
I understand that.
And the model, and I want to say to them, but I don't because it's not my place. They got to figure it out for themselves.
I know you can't help them.
The truth is, the supermodels that they're thinking of being, the models that they want to be in New York, those models are chosen. You don't choose to be one of those models.
Correct.
Those models are chosen. Now, there are many other modeling jobs you can do that don't involve fashion.
Right.
It might involve the lack of fashion, actually.
Right. We like those.
Yes. But it's interesting, people's view of show business. My sisters who...
It's a lot of assumptions.
A lot of assumptions. People never get what a manager is as opposed to an agent.
Right.
An agent is like a travel agent who actually handles paperwork. Sometimes they can broker and get you a job.
But mostly they're negotiators.
They are negotiators.
Yeah.
And a manager is someone who helps guide you, like a vocal coach.
Right.
Who manages your career.
And says maybe you shouldn't do that or you should do this.
Or maybe you should practice a little bit more with your sharp Fs, if that's a thing.
An F sharp.
F sharp,
sure.
Yeah. So, and as long as my sisters have known me, they still don't really get how it works. It's not that complicated.
But for people who don't understand, like I remember you told me early on, manage yourself. Nobody's going to manage you better than you.
Right.
And at the end of the day, there are people who need management and there are people who don't need management. If you're pretty savvy, chances are you can get through this without a manager.
Right.
I think opportunities are confused with agents. You have an agent, great. They're not going to book the work for you.
Yeah. A lot of people want people to hold their hands.
A lot of people need it, honey.
Yeah.
They need it. They just don't want it. They need it. And then when they're alone, it all goes down the
that's
crapper.
That's why, people, we've toyed with the idea of opening a travel travel agent.
A booking agency.
For our girls,
Yeah.
once they come through our factory.
Me, as being one of the closest people in your life, I would never, ever allow you to do that.
Yeah, and you know why? Because I know why. Because it's a babysitting service.
100%.
Yeah.
You have no idea.
Because you're around them all the
honey,
time.
You have no idea. Not all of them.
Yeah.
But there's a select few that you can't even believe that they're on their own. You can't even believe that they pay their own fucking bills and that they feed themselves. And I'm not being shady. I'm being honest.
No, for
I look
real.
at them like, how are you even, baby?
Yeah.
How are you even getting by? Because they believe that they're one thing when the reality is that they're another. And the reality is also is you have to pay your bills. You have to do this. You have to do that. How are you doing all this? And not only that, the way that they treat people, there's no way you'd be in it.
Yeah, a lot of people do that mean diva thing.
You'd be out so quick because the minute they tried that shit with you, and it wouldn't be a good look for you.
No.
So that's why I'm glad you did. I know that there's money to be made.
Is there?
But not the tons that you think
Not
about.
Not worth what the time to babysit.
Correct.
There
are some that are self-sufficient.
Sure. Oh, God, yes.
And those are the ones that are succeeding.
And in terms of pacing yourself, that's the thing, is that it's not a good look to be that diva thing early on. Show business is about creating relationships.
Yep.
And so you want to have a relationship with a lot of different people so you can keep working in a lot of different places.
Word gets around, but there are some that have gone that route and have learned and that are coming, that have back down to earth, which is lovely to see. Yeah. But sometimes you have to crash and burn before you can learn a lesson.
Honey,
we've talked about this.
Truer words have never been spoken.
Yeah, and that way they'll get frustrated and they'll take it out on, let's say, my booking agent, David, from PEG, manages them. He doesn't manage me. He manages them. He's a booking agent for me and some other ones. But I see what they do to him. He is no way innocent. Trust me, I'm not taking parts here. But I see the shit they throw at him. So he has to deal with it. He has to swallow it and then try to give them what they want to make them happy.
For 10%?
20.
20.
I think he gets 20 for some of it.
But still, I don't know if it's
for them.
Worth it.
No, I don't think it's worth it either. That's what I'm saying. Because at the end of the day, you're still taking care of, you're being shit on by these people who think that they are better than, no longer equal to you. Yeah. And I know it wouldn't be you directly, but even if you had people working, they'd be complaining to you every 5 minutes.
Sure.
Now, again, not all of them. There's a majority of them that are fantastic workers. And you see them out there. You see Beyonce out there. You see,
and not just our girls, too. I mean, our girls, we're obviously talking about our girls, but I've been around other talent.
It's not just our girls.
Yeah, it's not just our girls.
No.
It's everybody.
Even in the freestyle music world, back in my day, I saw the ones that were really difficult, throwing fucking bitch fits.
Yeah.
And then I saw the ones that were just ride with it Sally's, and they were not only making money, everybody was happy. They got asked back. That's why when people don't get asked back to your city, something must have happened with them and the club owners or so-and-so. When they're back multiple times, they're easier to work with.
Yeah.
Okay, again, I'm generalizing for the most part.
Yeah.
But it's not easy. I think this comes back down to reality TV, and we've talked about this, where people come from nothing and are thrust into
overnight.
This. And it's so, for the most part, it's so overwhelming for these kids.
Yeah.
Because they've dreamt of it, and now it's here. So now I'm going to be Joan Crawford.
Oh.
Do you know what I mean?
Oh, Joan Collins.
Instead of being Doris Day.
Yes.
And having a moment of thank you, gratitude, graciousness. And then they go, oh shit, a year or 2 years later, this isn't the real world.
Yeah, and there's a whole new crop of girls.
Okay. And
there's a new Joan Collins in town.
There are 120 animals released into the wild. You better get yourself a tranquilizer gun.
Yes.
But it's true. And the more girls that are out there, the more difficult it's going to be. So you know what you have to rely on? Your reputation, bitch.
Yeah.
If you made a mistake 4 years ago, people are not going to forget that.
Right.
So I encourage everybody, not just our girls, everybody out there who has we're all in people positions, not just people that answer phones or do retail, but you're working with people around you all day, every day.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, is anybody going to show up to your funeral?
Right.
Think about that.
It's relationships, and it's not just show business. It is relationships.
Yes.
You know, I've gotten jobs just because they liked me.
Yeah, because you're a sweetheart. Listen, we all have our bad days. Nobody's saying anybody's perfect,
Sure.
but it does come back to bite you in the ass.
It really does.
So try to be as gracious as you can and kind as you can to make it worthwhile for you. Because at the end of the day, if I was sick, I'd want to know that there's 5 people texting me going, can I bring you soup? Can I bring you, you okay? What do you need? Whereas if I was sick and lonely, you know that I was doing something wrong.
Right.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, it does make sense. And, there are, lots of people we've known over the years who who could use some rescuing, but you can't rescue somebody. This sounds like a big switch in gears, but you brought up something that made me think about some of the friends we've come up with who could really need to be saved from themselves.
Oh, yes.
But you cannot save someone if they don't want to be saved.
That's it.
Or rescued.
You
or
could
whatever.
intervene. Well, I think everybody tries to act like they want to be rescued. Rescued is different than saved. Some people say they want to be saved or rescued, both, but different. But at the end of the day, actions speak louder than words. And that happens a lot. I think people claim they want one thing, but really they don't. They don't. They want something else. It's disturbing.
I know we're not naming any names here, but
No.
it's something we've had to deal with a lot.
And more than once.
Oh, yeah.
And it's a reality of where we are right now. And it's like...
It's being saved from yourself. That's quite a concept,
But the thing
isn't
is,
it?
you can't.
Yeah.
You can't... You've said very early on, and I always listen to it, you can't reason with stupid. You just can't. There is no way. You could try.
Yeah.
You're never going to win.
Yeah.
It's the same thing. You can't save somebody or rescue somebody who doesn't want to be saved or rescued.
Right.
From themselves.
From themselves, because was it Einstein said a problem cannot be solved on the same conscious level it was created on.
Correct.
So you need outside help. If
Yes. And that's not a friend. That's somebody who's completely unbiased.
Yeah. Well, it could be a friend though, but it could be. It has to.
Depends how close that friend. To me, sometimes you could be too close because you're not going to want to hear. If you're calling me on my bullshit, which you've done before, you're going to tell me what I don't want to hear.
Right.
It's going to make me upset. Then it's either going to work or it's going to backfire. But maybe somebody's completely ambivalent could tell you the truth and you could take it better because there's no emotions attached.
Yeah. Well, it's a tricky one. I've said this many times about the police chief looking for the arsonist when the arsonist is actually the police chief.
Yes.
And so how does someone intervene unless in a moment of clarity you ask for help?
What, the call is coming from inside the house?
Calls are coming from inside the house.
Unless you ask for direct help.
Yeah.
Instead of playing this game.
Yeah.
And say, help me get the help that I need. And then that's when you can spring to action because it'll work.
You've seen that show, Intervention.
Of course.
It's so good.
I'm walking on sunshine.
I'm walking on sunshine.
I can't.
Allison. Actually, I met a producer from that show, and the first thing I
Great
said
show.
to her was, I'm walking on sunshine.
Well, there's remixes on YouTube
Uh-huh.
with the song.
Oh, Allison was a girl. I think her name was Allison.
Yeah,
she was a huffer.
With the
dust.
dust spray.
The aerosol air.
Yes.
The thing that cleans off your computer keys and all that stuff. She would huff that. And have you ever done anything like that?
I am scared of my
Right.
shadow.
Oh, well, that stuff will eat your brain from the inside
The only thing I
out.
ever did once was poppers.
Ooh, girl.
I did a popper once and a whip it once with a whipped cream.
At the same time?
No.
Oh.
Different times.
Did you do them orally?
I did a whip it orally. I did a whip it first.
Uh-huh.
Didn't know what I was doing. I
Yeah.
got like a little helium head rush. It was nothing.
Yeah.
And then I went to a club and somebody's like, sniff this. And I was like, what's this little jar?
Uh-huh.
Oh, okay. But it doesn't last long enough.
And so you never did Special K or anything
no,
like
I
that?
don't even know what it looks like. Is it a
Yeah.
tab or a pill?
No, Special K was a powder. And
Powder.
it's a
Do you sniff it?
ketamine. It's a horse tranquilizer.
I mean,
believe
why?
a horse.
It is.
Isn't
It is.
everything a horse tranquilizer? Don't they say that about everything?
I know there are a few things that are actually
Why
horse
do these horses need to be tranquilized?
because they're big
Uh-huh.
and they get crazy.
Yeah.
Sometimes they need to be tranquilized.
Oh, okay.
I have no idea why. I'm just making this up.
Yeah, but it was a powder, but someone gave you poppers in a club.
I was like, what is this? She said, smell it. It smells good.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
And that's what happened.
Amyl nitrate.
Yeah. So it goes real quick to the brain. You get like what, a minute?
Yeah.
Couple minutes out
and
of
then
it?
a
then
heavy
it's done.
headache
Yeah.
afterwards. Yeah.
Not worth it.
Yeah, not worth it.
I don't see the joy of that stuff. The heaviest thing I ever did, I told you, we talked about it, was I bought a Black Beauty from a girl in school. Speed. Me, the last thing I'd ever need is speed. Speed and pot, marijuana.
Yeah.
That was the heaviest thing I ever did.
Oh, dear.
I'm scared of the consequences. I was just always scared of a bad acid trip and being, like brain dead.
Yeah.
I feared it too much. I don't want anything. I told you about my
Truth for dinner, consequences for dessert.
That's it. I hate, my issues with boogers. Like I hate boogers freak me out. I think I talked about this. When I was pregnant, I was dreading using the bulb to suck.
Oh, yeah. Right.
They just freak me out. So
Right.
the thought of something going in my nose does not work for me.
Oh, okay.
So that would never happen.
Oh, boy.
but I know you have dabbled in everything.
Mostly the black arts and witchcraft.
You and me both. You and me both.
I'm obsessed with the word dabbled.
It is a good word.
Do you remember when what's her name was on the show and she says she's dabbled with people's butts?
Yeah, who was that?
That was T.S. Madison.
Yeah, well,
says you don't dabble with people's butts.
You diddle.
You diddle, but you dabble in witchcraft. You don't dabble in somebody's butt.
Assery. Witchcraft and assery at Hogwarts.
All right, so we're going to take a break. When we come back, we've got Meghan Trainor, who is just
My name is... No.
She's a great songwriter, great performer. What a great star. She's coming up right after this. Creative people unite. The war has been won. Now, if you want to make a website, it couldn't be easier today. Today, more than ever, with squarespace.com. Use that offer code RU. 10% off, baby. But not only that, it's just... it's intuitive to the way a creative mind works. Now, we get lots of emails from creative minds who listen to our podcast at RuPaulPodcast@gmail.com, all about their fabulous experiences making their Squarespace website.
Yes, I've got one here. You want to hear it?
Yes.
Hi, Ru and Michelle. My name is Kristen Griffith Vanderyacht. And yes, I look exactly how my name sounds, a short, black, gay male from Detroit. Listen, I'm here to tell you how obsessed I am with Squarespace. I am a floral designer. Sidebar, I love nothing more than a gay floral designer.
Really?
Although that's kind of redundant because there's really no more women that design flowers anymore, are there? It's usually just gay men.
Yeah, I'm sure there are a few.
It's just something so gay in it.
I love it.
Oh, it makes me so happy.
Love it.
I'm a floral designer now residing in Seattle, great city, who specializes in creating artfully crafted floral arrangements for weddings and events. So when clients come to my website, which is wildbloomfloral.com, wildbloomfloral.com, they want to see beautiful imagery and drop dead gorgeous flowers. Squarespace lets me do that. So when launching my business, I did not have the startup cash to pay a web designer to do the work for me. I had to roll up my sleeves and do it myself. I don't even know how I would have done it without Squarespace. I love Squarespace. Cannot say it enough. And if you have a moment, please check out my work. I'd love to hear what you think. Thank you guys for inspiring me to go after my dreams. I love you. Kristen, we wish you all the florally luck in the world.
I love it. And it's just that simple, too. When you choose a plan, just use the offer code RU to get 10% off on your Squarespace website. It could not be easier, kids. Go there right now. Your mother, we have our special guest, Meghan Trainor is here. And your mother and father are outside the door?
My mom and dad are here.
Where are they from? Where do they live?
They used to live in Nantucket, Massachusetts, where I grew up and was raised. But now we all live in California.
Oh, my goodness.
Recently,
you
like
were
a month
raised
ago.
in Nantucket.
On that island.
I once knew a man from Nantucket.
Oh, get out of
my
here.
dad owns a shirt that says, I am the man. And I'm like, yo, take that off.
Well, you don't
not
have
okay.
the accent at all.
Yeah, I have like crazy accents. Some people, when they meet me, they're like, are you British? Or I get British? Or are you Southern? Or, and then,
I hear none of that.
Yeah, none of that.
Kennedy, Martha's Vineyard.
Martha's Vineyard.
You know?
Oh, can you do it?
Carson said, pack the cat in the Harvard, Carson said he heard a little bit of it.
Really?
Yeah. And then when I'm real comfortable with you, I'm like, yo, what up? And then they're all confused.
Oh my
They're like,
God.
what?
Now, from Nantucket.
Yeah.
And
Little
how
island.
long, I want to track your ascension to being Meghan Trainor today. So how long ago was it when you got word, oh my God, my song's on the radio?
Oh man, I was 19 and now I'm 22. So
it's a very short amount of time.
Yesterday, basically.
Yeah,
yes,
basically
it feels like yesterday. I remember seeing Justin Bieber cover All About That Bass.
Yeah.
And I was in my little Nashville apartment, and that's when I was like, guys, we're going to be famous. We got to move to California.
Right, because you start out as a songwriter.
But
Yeah,
in
I was-
Nantucket to Nashville, how was that journey?
Because I was 19 and all my friends were already in college, like living on their own, and I was still with my parents, like writing in my bedroom, but I had a job. So I felt cool, but then like looking around, I didn't feel cool. I was like, I want to go out and live on my own. So they wouldn't let me move to California right away.
Right.
Because I was young. So we went to Nashville for 1 year. And in that 1 year, I got my Rascal Flatts cuts. And then I met all these people, the songwriter who wrote All About the Bass with me.
Yeah.
And then L.A. Reid heard it. And I went out there to L.A. just for some trips to write with people.
Yeah.
And one day they were like, will you go in and sing for L.A. and meet him? And so I learned all about the bass on my ukulele because I didn't sing the tracks. I didn't dance.
Yeah.
I was like, I don't know what to do. So I just played it on my uke. I was like, I'm a songwriter from Nantucket with a backwards hat. I was like, what's up? And then they signed me. And then we went back to Nashville and my parents helped me move. And we're like, we got to move to California.
Oh my God.
And then I was in Park La Brea for like months.
Yes, right. That area which is over by the CBS studio in the Grove.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I was in Park La
So,
Brea.
okay. So let me just backtrack. So you're in Nantucket. You realize you have the gift of writing. Who
Yes.
discovered that you could write really well?
My parents, my dad, he's a musician, but he never wrote. He never composed like to the level that I do.
Yeah.
But he would always look online and read magazines like, what does my daughter need to fulfill her dreams?
Yeah.
And so he would I'd be like, I want to record myself. So he would build me a little studio on my little computer. And then I would learn how to produce myself. So songs, like a lot of people don't know this, I actually sit and produce my music like I'ma Lose You.
Yeah.
I was a big part of that production, just me and one dude, just in a little room. And playing all the instruments and doing all the backgrounds. And so my dad wanted to make sure that I never had to rely on someone to make my music.
Wow.
Right.
What a great gift.
That is amazing.
He's amazing.
Now, speaking of music, Mr. Producer, I can hear my music coming from the dressing room. Can you go tell Natasha or to turn it off? And we'll just keep talking here. I just love the fact that a parent could spot if their kid has talent. And do you have other brothers and sisters?
Yes, I have two brothers. I'm the middle child.
You're the middle. And was he the same for them? Would they say,
No.
my dad only paid attention to her?
No, but a lot of times, like for Christmas, I would get like equipment and they would give video games.
Yeah.
And my dad noticed, like when he would give me a gift, I would like a ukulele. I would sit there all day and learn how to play it, and then I'd produce and write a whole song for him.
Yeah.
And I would show him like, thank you for this gift. I know like you can't afford this, and like I want to use it, and it was awesome. And my bros would just come home from school and play video games.
Because your brothers had to
So-
move here with you.
They had to move. Actually,
Because you had a younger brother, so.
My younger brother is a producer and he does it, but he doesn't do pop music like I do. He wants to do like slow, trippy DJ SoundCloud
EDM
music.
stuff?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Stuff that it, like you can't really make money from. And so I'm like, we're gonna live together forever. But he's great. And I show him like I force him to work with me. And our last song we did called My Mom. It's called Mom. And it was in the Mother's Day movie with Jennifer Aniston and all them.
Yeah.
And he finally just got a check for that. And he's like, whoa, I can make money doing this. I'm like, yeah, pop music.
Yes.
Yeah.
But my older brother was just in Tampa, University of Tampa, just in college, like lost, like doesn't know what he wanted to do. So I called him, was like, help me, come live in California. I don't want to be alone. And he lived with me since Park La Brea. He was my roommate, my older brother. Now he's on tour with me as my video guy.
I
I love it.
that.
And
Yeah.
it sounds like you guys all like each other.
Oh yeah, they're my best friends.
Really?
And in my tour, when you go to my shows, you could see like I do a whole mom section, and there's video of my mom and I, and my dad, and my bros, my family. I even have a Friends song of Friends, and you see all videos of me and my friends up there. So it's like very relatable, and I see people in the crowd like, "Oh my God, my friends are here."
Well, Mama, it seems to be a recurring theme in your work because you wrote "Ain't My Mama" for
H.O.
Jen-
Mama, yeah.
H.O. Mama.
Yeah,
H.O. Mama.
I write a lot about my mom, like and all about the bass. And I was like,
Yeah.
my mama, she told me, don't worry about your size.
Yeah.
She's easy to write about.
So Dad sounds like an ace guy. Your mother sounds like a fantastic person.
Yeah, they're pretty awesome.
And you can still stand to be around your family.
Oh, I love them. Yeah, I forced them to move here. I was like, please, because we're in California to Nantucket. That's
Sure.
Far.
That's a hike.
Could it be any further?
No,
I mean,
a
you
lot
know.
of airplanes.
Yeah.
And
So
bubble
many
jumpers
and,
and everything
boats,
else.
and
Yeah.
I just couldn't do it anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And plus the weather.
Yeah, the
is
weather.
nice
You can't beat that.
Here, you know.
It's so good.
It's pretty amazing though. Did you already know how to drive when you came here?
Drive, yes.
Yes.
I drove in Nashville.
Okay. Now explain to me the whole songwriting thing, because obviously without becoming a performer, you had a career already set as a songwriter.
It started there as a songwriter,
Yeah. I mean, that was the only way I can get in the industry. And as soon as my parents, they would, when I was in high school, we'd have like, the vacation weeks off.
Mm-hmm.
They would take me at that time. Instead of vacation, we would go to a songwriting convention in like Colorado. And we would all fly out there and make it a family trip. Some did and some didn't. But like, eventually drilling me. I was like, I don't want to go anymore. Like, all I'm doing is showing these people at 16 years old, here's a song I wrote and produced in my basement. And then they judge me in front of all these older people who have been writing songs for years. And they're like, your lyrics don't make sense. And I'm like, yeah, because I don't know what love is. And
Right.
It's true.
Right.
So, and I would get torn apart. Like, I couldn't handle it. My dad's like, you've gotten better since you've been going to these things. Like, you've been listening to them. And I remember and next year I did an entire album and I went back. And I was 17 and I was like, here's my new album. Here's my lyrics that make sense. And everyone was like, this is the year you're going to get signed as a songwriter.
Right.
And
So
that
their
was the
critiques
year.
were on point. At
Yeah.
least they were.
Well, it was, yeah. It's stuff I knew too. I was like, oh gosh, my production's lame. My drums don't sound good. And they were like, you could have help here. And I was like, I'd write on top like, I'm 16, help.
Yeah.
Aw.
Yeah.
But that's validation for having them say,
Yeah.
even though you might have known it, it's still validation. And I want to say you moved to Nashville. And I know people, I have friends that moved to Nashville to be songwriters. They're not songwriting. So not only are you great at what you do, but you must have had some kind of luck, some kind of blessing.
Yeah.
Because to be seen in Nashville,
Yeah.
everybody
Nashville,
goes to Nashville.
Everyone, and everyone's a writer.
Yeah.
Everyone working at Taco Bell in Nashville,
Yes.
I'm a songwriter. Like,
Right.
the competition is insane. And I remember they would tell me as a songwriter, I was like, well, how do I get successful? How do I have people listen to my songs? And especially when you have no cuts. Like, they're looking at this like an 18-year-old girl from Nantucket with no cuts. Nah, we'll pass.
Right.
So I couldn't even get in the rooms. But I eventually scratched my way. I would go into sessions and show people. And I noticed they'd be like blown away. They're like, wow, you can do all this? And they'd be like, you have to meet my friend who's more successful over here. And I just climbed up until I eventually got to L.A. Reid, to where he knew my name. And big producers like Max Martin heard my name. And then they always told me, like, be friends with the artist, because that's the only way you'll get a cut.
Right.
Because you could be like, hey, bestie, sing my song.
Yeah.
You know? And so being the artist now, I see how open the doors are now at this level, and people know my name. And I could text artists like, yo, you should sing this song.
Yeah.
Like, it's literally
And do
who
you do
you know. And yeah, well, for the J-Lo song, I was literally shooting my music video for No. And I texted her the song, and was because she's always been wanting to write with me. And I was like, do you like this kind of stuff? And she was like, I love it.
Yeah. Yeah.
So,
And so the first big recognition came from the Rascal Flatts storyline. How did they hear your song, and what song is it?
I have two songs with them. One called DJ Tonight. They changed the title, but DJ Tonight. And the second one's called I Like the Sound of That. And I Like the Sound of That went number one.
Wow.
So yeah, so I just got my plaques literally yesterday. My dad was hanging them in my house.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Was that your first big cut that someone else did?
Yeah, in Nashville. And I remember when I was like 19 and I was about to move to California, their office, like their publishing company, sat me down and played me their cut.
Yeah.
They played me them singing my own song, and I just sat there and just cried.
Oh my God! Did you have to give up any publishing to them because they're such big stars?
No, but they did. I think they changed some words and
Yeah.
the titles and stuff. So then they were like, we changed it up. We get this. And I was like, yeah, fair. Go ahead.
Do you think
take
all
it.
artists do that? Is it just to make sure?
I've
that they-
heard like horrific things. Yeah. But
Yeah.
some stuff that I don't agree with, like when songwriters write a song and then an artist will come in and cut it and they'll say, well, I sang it differently, so I get
Right.
20%.
Oh, stop.
And you're like, nah, I don't know how that works.
Yeah.
No, but J-Lo's a big star. So did she write on the song?
She's very like, she was never like, I need publishing because my name. She was
Right.
like, you wrote this song.
You're
I'm gonna
kidding
come
me,
in.
right?
She's the best person.
She's got enough money.
She's the
She ain't
nicest.
gonna fight for 2%.
She just loves music so much and wants to know everything about it, and is like, teach me anything I know. And I would tell her, like, when you're in a studio with other producers and other songwriters, like, bring up a song that you love and be like, see the drums here?
Right.
I want something like that, but new and improved. And I was just trying to tell her anything I knew.
Yeah.
Like, it's scary walking in a room with strangers who are all professionals in
Right.
the music biz, and you're like, here's some bleh. I don't
Yeah.
know.
You know, it took me many, many, many years to understand what my voice sounds like and what I want. And I know it now. But unfortunately, you know, you get to a certain age and you're sort of aged out of the market. Now I know what I want, but now I'm too old.
You can't give up.
No, I don't. I do it because I
still do
love
it
it.
'cause-
I've had
I
industry
love it.
people tell me like they don't play 45-year-olds on the radio. They don't play 50-year-olds on the radio. I'm like, that's crap. There's
Right.
no.
They play the
Nope.
Rolling Stones.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They play country stars till they
Sure.
die.
Yeah.
Like,
It's pop
it's
music.
not true.
Let's get specific.
I know it's political, but if you got a song, they'll play it.
Well, but you know, but young people, I read this years ago that the record industry starts, the buyer, the consumer is 11 years old to 25 years old. And we're talking the big numbers when you get the big hits. So you have to appeal to those young people. What is your experience in the record company trying to mold you to fit to what the consumer, the 11-year-old to 25, wants from their music stars?
My story and my way of coming up and coming into the spotlight was so different from everyone else's story because I walked in with the song. Like, and I didn't even know it, but I walked in and everyone in the label looked at me like I was Beyonce because they're like, she has a hit song and we know it. Yeah. And I somehow figured it out without knowing.
Right.
And when I learned that and I saw the crowds and saw like, okay, I got a 3-year-old and I got a 75-year-old man singing all about the bass. And I was like, why?
Yeah.
And so I knew I was relating to everyone. Everyone at some point hates themselves or wants to change themselves. Sure. And I knew I hit big topics like that. And so songwriting for the album and for the second album, I was like, all right, we're going to hit every person without saying a lot of he's and she's and you and me's. We're just going to do big world concepts of like, you better woman up.
Yeah.
And you better just talking to everyone. Yeah. No, my name is No.
Yeah.
And I remember I wrote this one ballad that's not even out yet, but I played it for the hair salon that I go to. I played it for strangers there. And this one girl just started bawling. And it was just a universal song of me saying, remind myself that there is tomorrow and I'm going to be fine. I will get over this. That's all. This girl looked at me, started crying and was like, I had stage 4 cancer, but I didn't know. I was told I had stage 3. But now that I'm cured, they just told me like, by the way, that was stage 4 and we didn't know until now. Wow. And she just broke down and was like, this song is exactly what I needed to hear today because I wasn't doing well. I was freaked out. And I just thought like, wow, I had no idea who you were. I just met you today and this song hit you that hard. Like I got to do that 100 times.
Yeah, that's
as
the
a
key.
songwriter, like that's my goal.
It's also about you being relatable in the sense that I feel like you don't try too hard to be something that you're not. You're very vocal. What they did with your video and you coming out and saying that's not my body. But that relates to people, especially people like me. And I want my children to see girls like you that are proud and happy with who they are and not trying to be something that everybody else wants you to be.
Right. Like I'm all about that. Like if I have a pimple, take that out, frost it over because it wasn't fair. Like my period came that day. But like
you know what happens.
But like don't take out my ribs without asking first. Right. You know, that's when I was sad. And I didn't see it and my family didn't see it. And we were on promo and we were all drilling that video. Like, make sure it's perfect because it's going to be in Times Square. Yeah. Like, we were all editing it and no one saw that. And I even freeze framed it on the dance moves because I was like, hey, there's something wrong with my dress. Can we smooth it out? Right. And then it came online and I thought my fans were messing with me. I thought they were photoshopping me. And I was like, why would you do that? I don't mess with that. And I looked and I was like, that's my own video. And I just went rogue in my hotel room. I was bawling like, how did we mess this? Yeah. But it turned out amazing because everyone was like, go you, like, take it down. I didn't even know that was possible. I was like, dude, call the gods of YouTube, take it down.
No, and you know what? It's interesting because it only solidified your platform because something you started with all about the bass continued on to the next album and it really did make your message so clear to the consumer and to the public because, everyone has to have a viewpoint in this business. Otherwise, you just turn into any other singer out there. Now, I want to ask you this. As a songwriter, are there songwriters from the past that have inspired your journey? I mean, did you hear a Carole King song or something as a kid or something and thought, that's what I want to do?
It was weird. As a kid, my pop stars at the time were Britney Spears and NSYNC and Christina Aguilera. And I just looked at them and I made sure everyone was quiet while they performed on award shows. But I just thought, like, she wrote that in her room. I was like, I got to do that too. If I want to be a pop star, like the dream was be a pop star. And so I would write in my bedroom and I'd learn every instrument I could. And then I grew up and realized like, nope, there's undercover songwriters that no one knows about. And Max Martin did all your dreams. And I was like, oh, okay. Yeah. So I must find this man.
The Wizard of Oz.
Yeah. And that's the first person who told me, like, you should be a professional songwriter. That was my, like, okay, confirm you're not a pop star and you'll never be a pop star. And I just broke and was like, okay. But I always knew, like, I always tell people I felt like this red heat here, like, this is not enough. I'm supposed to be on that stage. Yeah. And I get frustrated watching other artists on the stage and I'd be like, so I'm just going to write songs and then go backstage maybe and be friends with artists.
Nothing wrong with that either.
Which is dope, which
Yeah.
is cool. But
you
I
wanted
was
more.
like, I want to be on there. I want to sing my songs one day.
But
And only Nashville does that.
On top of that, though, but you can really sing, though. That's the thing too.
Thank you.
That's, it's
Worked hard on that.
It's one thing to say I want to be a pop star, but it's another thing to actually be able to back it up with the chops.
Yep.
Were you
Trying.
always able to sing like that?
No. Growing up, none of my parents are amazing. My dad's a performer and he sings and he plays piano really well.
Yeah.
But he would just be so happy, and he taught me like, no matter what you're doing, when you're performing, if you look happy, like
Yes.
they hear what they see.
That's right.
So even if you're miserable and you can't sing, he's like up there just enjoying it, and everyone loves it. But growing up, I hated my voice, and my parents didn't think I was really amazing. And I remember like the day I was like 16 and I came home from a summer camp of learning music, and I studied my roommate because she sang really well. And so I would copy her. And I came home, my parents were like, wow, you can really sing.
Oh,
And
wow.
I was like, really? Is it happening? And then I just like trained myself. I would listen to other singers and be like, do what they did.
What's your favorite singers?
Oh man, there's like the
I know
range
there's a
is
ton,
so,
but like
I know the range is so random though. That's why I'm like preparing you.
mine too. You go from rock and roll to Broadway.
Yeah.
So it's like,
Okay. Good. Okay. So I go from like, obviously Beyonce, but
Yeah.
like, Frank Sinatra I listen to a lot, and Ray Charles and Stevie Wonder. And my dad was older and my mom was young, so my dad would pop on like, Earth, Wind and Fire, and we would dance all the time, and I would learn all that. And then my mom would pop on like Wilson Phillips and like Madonna and NSYNC. And so I think I learned.
me and mom can get along.
Yeah, I learned the good songwriting. I think I was blessed. I got like the dope, like Madonna songs like Cherish.
Oh,
That's when I
wow.
knew like, this is a big song. How do I write big songs like this?
Yeah.
And then I got the funky like dance, have a good time from my dad.
Uh-huh.
Like he'd be like, cut the cake. And like,
Oh,
he
I
was
love
very-
AWB,
he
the
was
average white
funky.
band, yeah.
My dad believes he's James Brown.
Oh,
Sometimes.
that's
If you get comfortable, he's
great.
like, how you doing, baby? And he goes the whole voice.
I love
But
that.
yeah, my musical influence was great. And then I had the pop, like the NSYNC at the time.
Yeah. Wow. I mean, it's amazing. Listen, you are such a star, and I'm so happy for you. And thank you for
Thank
coming
you.
and talking to us.
Thanks for having me, dude. It's the best day ever.
Oh, well, I just got, I've got my eyes on you. I can't wait to see what you do next, because you're clearly touched by an angel,
stop
and
it.
it's just fabulous. It's fabulous.
I agree. And the best part about it is you're down to earth and you're a nice kid. She's a nice kid.
A nice kid, a nice
Yeah,
person.
from Nantucket.
With so much
Nantucket.
talent. I love it. Well, Meghan Trainor, thank you so much for
Thank
joining
you.
us.
Thanks for
and
having
we're going to look out for everything that you do.
Yes,
I'm a
please.
fan.
Yes, queen.
All right. All right, Michelle.
All right, baby.
Until next time. Can I get an amen? If you can't love yourself, how in the hell you gonna love somebody else? Can I get an amen? And don't forget to subscribe on iTunes. If you can't love yourself, how in the hell you gonna love somebody else? Amen.